Welcome back to In God We Trust podcast. I'm not going to say my intro line because the past 3 or 4 days haven't done a Bible reading, but we're just doing recaps and this and that. And today we're doing a study on Apologetics 101. And it's basically just like a little YouTube video I saw. I just wrote down a bunch of notes of this guy, of what he said. And I'm basically just going to read to you those notes. And it's literally one question, but it's insane. And the answer is pretty in depth, so I hope that you guys try to pay attention to this and really follow along because it goes in depth with a lot of things. So I hope that you guys can understand this and enjoy it. So if you have any questions afterwards, please feel free to reach out. And just remember that we are starting another reading here soon, but I didn't want to start it on a Thursday because Fridays we have a special guest. So here we go. Here is Apologetics. Oh, and for anyone out there, apologetics, that is defending your faith and standing up for if someone asks a tough or tricky question about God. So here is the question. What evidence outside the Bible do we have that God exists? So the answer is, the universe had to have a beginning, and that is space, time, and matter. And there's no one out there that will disclaim that something has to start from a creator. There has to be space, time, and matter. But the only thing that is controversial is what caused it, and that is the Big Bang or God. So here's the thing. Whoever created space, time, and matter can't be affected or made of space, time, or matter. So the cause must be spaceless, timeless, immaterial, powerful to create the universe out of nothing, and personal because he chose to be with us and to have a relationship with us. So, when you think about these things, what do you think of? People will think of God. So then people will say, how do we know it's a Christian God? And it could be Allah. Allah is the Muslim God. So we need to look at the evidence that we have, and this goes to Jesus and him raising from the dead, but that's going inside the Bible, so we can't do that yet. So that is how we know it's a Christian God if someone asks what God it is, because then we have to open up the Quran. Sorry, I just like saying it like the how they say it in their special language, Quran. You can say Quran if you want, but it's cooler that way. But it's not really cool because it's a different God. But so yeah, Muslims have the Quran and we have the Bible. So we can look towards Jesus and the evidence of that in him raising from the dead, and that is God himself, because no one else has ever done anything like that, unless it would be God. Okay, proof of intelligent design is that the universe aligns with itself. And I think any scientist would agree that if the sun was off a little bit, like too close or too far away, or skipped a beat or anything, that everything would go south. Because then it'd be in a different little rotation. I know there's a real word for that in our solar system or whatever. And the same thing goes for the moon. Like the moon messes with our sea tides, and if that was out of line, it would just be completely different. So God is very intelligent. He aligned everything, and it's been perfectly formed ever since creation, and it's just all like clockwork. It just all works around each other. So you mean to tell me that the Big Bang, that happened, and everything is so perfectly aligned that if anything is messed up any differently, then that would be like the end of the world, basically? It would go south from there? There's no way, because the Big Bang, it's just an explosion, and then the Earth came to be, and there's the stars and everything. So, and that created everything that is so intelligently designed. Yeah, I don't know. You guys can think what you want, but I don't know. That's just my thoughts. So anyway, I got off of the notes because the intelligent design thing it just seems so obvious to me, I guess, because we're all made pretty similar in the image of God. And if there was a Big Bang, here's what I think of. Wouldn't there be all these weird, not similar creatures, even though all animals are like different in every kind, they still have all similar traits, like one mouth, a digestive system, and like a bloodstream system, and they all have the same output. There's like three main things that are all similar. Humans have that: a mouth, your blood system, and your stomach, and an output. So there's evidence of the same like little niche, I guess, of God creating things. If there was a big bang, wouldn't there be like all these weird, extravagant, weird little things running around? Just doesn't make sense to me. But I don't know. That's a thought. But people could say that is what's happening right now because like squirrels and possums and that stuff. But anyway, okay. So let's get back to it. Another argument is morals. Like it's wrong to torture babies, or it's wrong to murder 6 million people in the Holocaust. Then there has to be a God. Why though? Because if there is no God, then it's just an opinion against another opinion. That would be just your opinion against a baby torturer's opinion, or your opinion against Hitler's opinion. But we all know that things aren't just a matter of opinion, because we all know that murder and torture and terrible things are wrong, just morally in our brain. Like in our mind, we know right from wrong. But the thing is, there has to be a higher standard beyond us, and a standard of goodness, justice, righteousness, and that standard, everybody knows it has to be God. If God doesn't exist, you can't say murder is wrong or slavery is wrong, because it would be just your opinion. So here's what you get if you unpack all of these things that I just said. You get a spaceless, timeless, immaterial, powerful, personal, intelligent creator, sustainable, moral, just, and loving. And all these things are attributes of God, and we haven't even opened the Bible yet. So those are just a few things that you could say to someone when they ask, what was even the first question? Oh, so those are just some things you could say when people ask of evidence that is outside of the Bible. And then they would say something along the lines of, well, who created God? And then you say, well, I don't think you quite understand the concept of God, because God is not affected by time, space, or matter. He is the beginning. He is. When Jesus says, I am, he is talking, I am. He is God. Our human mind can't comprehend the thought of God. That is why a lot of people don't believe, because it's so insane to think about that we just don't even think about it. That is my Apologetics 101, I guess. It wasn't the best, but it was something, I guess. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions, please reach out and say something, because I don't know. I like this type of stuff. I like trying to prove our faith and have conversations with other people about this, because I don't know. I think that we should all be ready to answer questions about stuff like this at all times. So this might be a special thing that we do every once in a while, but if you guys enjoyed it, please let me know. If you didn't enjoy it, also let me know. But I guess that's all I have for you guys today, and this is me signing out. Okay, have a nice day. Ciao.